Okay, so quick update. Tomorrow is my last day at work. You guys know I got laid off. So I actually purchased a cake to celebrate. I'm gonna bring it to work tomorrow, a layoff cake, and we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned.
Two words: get uncomfortable. My name is Jessica. I was fired from my 9 to 5 12 days ago, and I am documenting my journey of unemployment without getting another 9 to 5.
More than 100 companies are laying off this January. I took notes. Let's talk about it. If you think that January layoffs were a surprise, or if you have not yet heard about them, they are coming.
Houston layoffs have been massive. I mean, you got people out there saying you got like over 30,000 people lost in a single month last year. Some people say at this point, the city of Houston alone has lost probably well over 40,000 jobs. Some of the biggest energy companies are gone. I mean, Chevron, 20% reduction. ExxonMobil, few percentages, but still noticeable. And BP, 6,200 workers gone. These are some of the biggest layoffs I've ever seen. And don't even get me started with some of these government layoffs too. I mean, people are saying, yeah, currently unemployed in Texas, especially Houston, really need a job. Nowadays, you can't even get a job at McDonald's. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm serious when I tell you people can't even get a job at Target or Whole Foods. Even basic, super entry-level jobs are hard to get. Check out some of these videos.
I don't know about you guys, but it's almost impossible to find a job. I've been looking for a job since I quit my job, like probably almost a year ago. Yeah, it's so hard to find a job. Fuck.
January was the worst month for jobs since 2009. Worst January since 2009. Obviously, COVID had a couple worse months. That was the depths of the global financial crisis. Jerome Powell looks really bad here, and we were going into a hawkish Fed. That's not good. AI was cited for 8% of job cuts, 8%. Like, duh. Has anyone been around? Like, does anyone go into the real economy and try to figure out how hard it is to get a job? Or are we listening to PhDs drive our economy? Is that what we're doing? PhDs and billionaires and elites? Oh, the job market's great. Okay, bud. Okay.
I got laid off from my job of 3.5 years, and I have no idea what's happening next. So I've had a little bit of time to process this. It's been almost a week since this happened. So truly, I've just been sitting with it, feeling what I feel, and just processing the whole thing. There's really not much of a story time per se. It was just a normal day until it wasn't. Basically, they said it was just due to sales and restructuring, and with that, my position was affected. So not really much to tell there, but I will say I wish they would have just done it that morning, because obviously they knew that was going to happen, but it would have been nice to not have gone through the entire day thinking everything was normal and fine when obviously it wasn't. I guess neither here nor there. That is what it is. It's definitely a crazy feeling because I've never not had a job since I was probably 16, and I'm now 28. So this is completely new territory, just different. Like, it's just a different feeling that I've never felt before. So processing that is just a thing in itself. From the business aspect, I know it's not personal. It really was just numbers on a spreadsheet kind of thing. But I genuinely thought some of the connections that I formed there were deeper and bigger than the job. So that part I took personal, not the me getting laid off, but like the after part of it, I guess. 2 people reached out to me, which I will forever be grateful to those 2 people. But I was just like a little hurt. I mean, my feelings did get hurt. Like, yeah, they did. Because I was like, if I was putting myself in someone else's shoes, or if like roles were reversed, like I would want to check on someone that I genuinely cared about, regardless if we were going to work together or not moving forward. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. And so that was kind of a wake-up call, I guess, that it really wasn't as genuine as I thought. But that's okay. And I also understand that like nobody owes me anything. Like no one has to reach out, no one has to check in. Totally okay. We just move forward. That was just something I was sitting with at the very beginning of this. I genuinely do believe though that when one door closes, another one opens. It's hard to see what that looks like right now because I don't know what's happening next. I don't know where I'm going, like what I'm gonna be doing next. I know I'm gonna be okay. I know my family's gonna be okay. And the one thing that this has taught me, and I know I've heard this so many times, but I guess until you like live it, you don't really think about it, is that the only place I'm not replaceable is my home. I don't even really know why I'm sharing this because it is such a vulnerable thing to put out there. I was really embarrassed by it. Like just saying I got laid off like embarrassed me. And it kind of still does to an extent. Also, at the end of the day, know that it shouldn't. And so I'm trying to reframe my thinking, and my husband just keeps reminding me, and thank God for him, but he is just, your worth is not tied into a job. I'm still trying to be optimistic, and even though I wake up in disbelief or like throughout the day, I'm like, okay, this is really life. Like this is real life right now. God's not going to keep you somewhere that you're not supposed to be. You are going to be where you're meant to be, and that everything does happen for a reason. So whether it's you make the choice to leave or you're forced to leave, you're gonna get out of it one way or the other, regardless of how that looks. I'm just trusting and open to the possibilities that are out there. Anyone's going through this, I just hope that this is your reminder that you are worthy and you are valued, and those two things are not tied into a job. It's okay to fear the unknown, just don't allow it to consume you, and just be expectant that big things are gonna happen in your life. Because that's what I'm just reminding myself of right now too. I know this is gonna be a journey, but if you wanna follow along with it, I would love to have you here in my what comes next. But yeah, like I said, your worth and your value is not tied into a job, so never forget that.
We're doing job interview updates. Yes, I'm a little bit on the verge of tears, so if I start crying, it's why. But I am so I get it. Things don't work out for a reason, but it just feels like nothing ever works out, and it's really starting to like piss me off. So there was this job that I was perfect for. Like, I cannot explain it enough. Every fucking thing that they needed, I hit, and like I do have a very unique AI specific editing job. Like I work on AI bots. Like that is exactly what the role was. Whatever, it's fine. And it was for a really cool company, and like stop crying. But I use their magazines every day. I need to stop crying. I use some of their newspapers and magazines every single day for like my own personal interests and stuff. And so they posted this role, and I'm so excited for it. And I had messaged the SVP on LinkedIn, and I was like, hey, this is my resume. I really fit this well. And he goes, yeah, like, the role is based out of LA or New York. Is that okay? And I said, yes, I can relocate to LA. I live in Chicago. Totally fine. And so he is like, great, I'll set up a call, sets up the call with the talent director. And I get on the call, and I've been prepping so hard for this interview because I want it so bad. I get on the call with the talent director. First question he asked me, where are you located? And I said, Chicago, but I'm willing to relocate to LA. He goes, I'm going to have to stop you. I can't put you forward in the interview process anymore. And I was like, okay, like even if he's like, you need to be based directly in LA or New York right now, because we do like day before notifications for the interview process, and like we don't want people spending money to get here for our interview. One, I feel like that's a discretion I should make, which maybe it is the right one. Like, yeah, I shouldn't be spending money to go on this interview, but whatever. So then I asked him, I said, hey, the guy I messaged on LinkedIn said him and I could chat. So I'm wondering what standard protocol is, because now I'm talking with you. And he was like, oh, I work directly with him, referred you to me, and that's why we're having this conversation. I guess first of all, nobody has applied for this fucking role, because I've been making sure that nobody's applying, or at least on LinkedIn that I can see. And it's been posted for at least 2 months now. I hit every single qualification. So it's like, can we not just bend the rules a little bit and just give me a fucking Zoom interview? And so I guess I'm just really upset. I'm just really upset because the last job that I interviewed for, they decided to cancel the position right after they had like I had finished all the interviews, and they said, if we uncancel it, it's you. And it's just like, why does nothing work out? I'm like really starting to lose my marbles here, and I know the job market is so hard for everyone, but I'm just like, at this point, like, they don't want to hire people. They don't want to hire people. They're just posting the fucking jobs, and they don't want anyone in the role because they had 8 people apply for this job, according to LinkedIn. And it's like, at least half of them probably weren't qualified, and probably more than that. So I don't know what the fuck they want anymore.
If this is not an indication of how bad the job market is right now, I don't know what is. I was on LinkedIn scrolling and just, looking at updates as one does. And I happened to come across this role that this company had posted. And in the description of what to expect and what their requirements were, they specifically said, do not expect this to be a 9 to 5. This is for people who want to work hard. That was the first thing I was like, can you not work hard in a 9 to 5? That was my first thought. The second thing they had in their list of requirements was, if you are looking for work-life balance, this job is not for you. I'm kind of torn about that response because, for one, at least they're honest. But for normal people who want to have a life beyond work and outside of work, I just thought it was crazy.
I know about the job market. I know about the ghost jobs. Let me explain to you my experience, though. I have been applying for jobs for the new state that I am moving to since the second week in December. That was intentional. I understand how Q4 works and Q1 works. As a corporate girly, I understand. We don't know what our budget's going to be, and so let's just put these jobs out. And then once we have a budget for those jobs, then we can start actually calling back applicants, okay? That was strategic. Every single day, I've been applying to 10 to 15 different jobs. I have 5 different resumes, 3 different cover letters. I've gotten ghosted for most of them. I've gotten only 5 rejections. I cannot express to you the defeat that I feel as someone who is extremely qualified for the job that I'm applying for. In addition, my cover letter is awesome. Even ran it through ChatGPT to make sure that it was good. Had my mentor look at it, and she affirmed that it was well written and it was really good. I cannot express to you the defeat that I feel in my body of not being able to at least hear back from a job. And this is not a sympathy post because I'm more than okay financially right now. This is a what the fuck is going on post. This is a something has to change, and it needs to become illegal for companies to be able to post a job that they are actively not hiring for or have every intention on filling it internally. It's a waste of time for people who are actually looking for a job.
I've been unemployed for so long that I don't even get excited when I get job interviews anymore. Interviews are so far and few between in this job market, and when I used to get an interview, I'd get so excited, tell my friends. At this point, I don't even have hope anymore. Honestly, I don't even feel a little excited. Like, even if it's a good company, I'm like, okay, let's get this over with. Sometimes I don't even remember I have an interview. Get me out of here.
I'm unemployed. I can't get a job. God won't let me work. I haven't had a job in 9 months. I posted a post about this literally yesterday, and so many of you have commented on here. Sorry, I look like a ghost in this lighting. Apparently, so many of us are going through this situation right now. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm worried about the bills. I'm about to lose my house in 2 months if I don't find more money, more income. My bank account is dwindling down. I'm scared I'm going to lose my car. I told you guys, hell, I even applied at the boba shop and still couldn't get an interview. Today, I decided I'm going to make a change. Well, actually, it was last night when I was laying in bed. Starting now, I'm going to use all this extra time that I have to do something to glorify God. I'm going to start ministry. I'm going to start discipling. I don't know what it is. I don't even know the right terms. But I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to take it seriously like it's a job. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to study it. I'm going to structure it. I'm going to make videos. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't know what it looks like. I have no clue. But that's what I decided last night. I'm ready to have a job again. I'm ready to learn something. I'm ready to get back in this force. But that's not what it looks like for me right now. So instead of laying on my couch all day long, feeling depressed, feeling sorry for myself, I'm going to put all of this energy into work, all this time that I've been blessed with, all of this freedom that I have been blessed with, and I'm going to make something work for the kingdom. I don't know what that looks like, but I know somebody who does. And so I'm hoping he's going to give me the steps and walk me through it.
You guys want to hear something crazy? I'm literally in line at Starbucks to pick up my coffee because I have to head across town to get my drug test for my new job. And as I'm sitting in line, I'm checking my email, I'm checking my notifications. I got a TikTok copyright, but I also got an invite to do an article with Financial Times. That's wild. Like, they came across my TikTok apparently and reached out to me and said that they're doing articles on the current job market. They saw my content and they want to speak to me. I'm tripping out, waiting for my coffee to come out. What?
Okay, story time on how I actually got laid off. There was rumors going around in the company that there are potential layoffs. Just to give you a little bit of context, everyone was practically overworked. Like, we're working way past 9 to 5. And in my head, I was like, there's no way I'm getting laid off. Like, the following day, boss told me I had to come into work. I thought it was a little odd. Walked me over to HR and thought I was getting promoted. It was like, this is not going to be an easy conversation, and heart just like dropped. I knew at the point that I was getting laid off. Waterfalls just started coming out of my eyes. I honestly couldn't help it, like just went blank. When I was leaving outside of the HR like office, I still had tears. Like, I was actually sobbing because it's something that I can't control. Like, I was really trying to hold it in, but it was such a shock to me, and I just felt so, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I got laid off again. And oh my god, I can't believe I'm crying. And now it's like really hard to like try to find another job, like, and like, yeah, when I was leaving, I really left with my electric scooter crying. I don't know if anyone even noticed in the company, but I took my scooter and I left the office, and like, I remember looking back at my boss and I just like waved goodbye while there was tears coming out of my eyes, and I just like will never forget that moment. It's a horrible day, and I feel weird recording, but like, I just want to be authentic and being in my 20s and like going through these struggles, because I know a lot of people are going through the same thing, and like, you know, getting laid off again and again and again, it just really sucks. I'm obviously trying to stay motivated and trying to find something, and I don't know, like, I really don't have it in me. Like, we'll see how today goes.
One thing I find really scary is that I want to get into tech, but so many people getting laid off right now. But it pays so well. It could change your life. But everyone that's like been doing it either for a couple of years, they've been getting laid off. And it's pretty scary, because now it's like, if you guys are getting laid off, how are they going to hire me? You feel me?
So this is what it looks like whenever you're a single mom with no savings and you just get let go from your job. And because of my attention to detail and everything else that apparently, according to them, I was not living up to, or not, the expectations were not being met. I'm recording this in case I need to post it at some point to help try and figure out a way. This morning I woke up and I was journaling, I was talking to God, I was so excited, and I still am. Like, I am still hopeful, and I still am. It's just the initial shock, and knowing I have to go pick up my daughter in 20 minutes and I need to get the cry out, because there is still worry and fear of the unknown, even though I do know that God is going to provide for us and we're going to be just fine, and He has bigger plans for us. I know this. I'm still just, I've never been fired before. I've never been let go from a position or a company. So this is new.
Hey guys, I haven't made videos like this, but I just got let go from the University of Florida as an employee. They didn't tell me why. There's all sorts of things I have to do now. But in the meantime, while I'm looking for a new job, there will be some more sim racing content, it looks like, and possibly even more Japanese content while I go to class, so stay tuned.
Just a subtle reminder to check in on your unemployed friends. Because it is tough out here, y'all. Being in the job market today is so draining. Like, literally so more draining than having a full-time job. because you've got to be so many things all at once. I've got to be positive and hopeful, right? Whenever I'm applying to jobs or whenever I'm doing interviews, I've got to be diligent, showing up every day to apply for more jobs and keep seeking them out, even if I'm already in process with others. I've got to handle the mental weight all day long of wondering what the frick I'm going to do next. Like, at what point is it time to go apply to Starbucks? At what point is corporate just not happening anymore? And you got to hang it up and try something new. And you have to weigh that all day long. Like, not to mention feeling guilty for not having income. If you have a partner, if you have family that's helping you, feeling guilty, right? While being stuck and not knowing what to do. Like, I'm really hitting a breaking point with this job market right now. And this is freaking embarrassing to put online, right? For people I might know or past coworkers to see, but like, it's real. And I'm at a freaking breaking point where I can't take it anymore. And I know I've posted stuff like this before, and a lot of y'all were in the same boat. So I'm hoping maybe that can give me some peace of mind as well. But it's freaking exhausting. I miss being able to go to dinner without thinking about it, without knowing I'm accumulating more debt on my credit card, or being able to plan trips or activities with people, because when you're unemployed, if you're not in the situation, you probably don't get it. You can't plan ahead. People want to come visit me and come stay with me or want me to come visit them. I don't know if I'll be starting a new job in 3 months. Probably not at this point, but I can't plan ahead. So you have to remain positive and hopeful. You have to deal with the guilt of day to day being with your partner or your family and them seeing it weigh on you, but you can't get down about it. You have to remain positive in the interview process and hopeful and confident in your skills. You have to maintain your relationships, but you can't plan or do anything. You have to maintain your mental sanity, but that basically equals like going on walks and just going to visit friends and do nothing because you can't afford to do anything, and maybe going to the gym because you can't afford any other activities. Like, I'm a pretty positive and resilient person. I've been through a lot in life. I know this will pass. I know that. But being in it is hard and it sucks. It friggin'. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen at this point. I really don't know. I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
Okay, guys. At this point, I'm going to have to start selling feet pictures because this job market is unreal. I have never seen a job market like this. I've never had so much trouble finding a job. When can anybody ever tell me before that you have applied for hundreds and hundreds of jobs? Like, I have years of experience in healthcare, in customer service, in education. I have a bachelor's degree that I can't even use. At this point, I have applied for more than 600 jobs. I am running out of thoughts to put on cover letters. I am running out of everything. Am I using ChatGPT? Absolutely. Aren't we all? Because we don't know what else to say on the cover letters. We're trying to tweak our bullet points or our summaries because we don't know what else to say. Like, and the fact that I have to just end up waiting a few more days to go back on LinkedIn or Indeed or even just different company websites because it's the same thing, because I'm applying so much and it's constantly the same jobs. But the problem also is that these are ghost jobs. They're not even real. Or you continue to see the same job that, like, reposted 2 weeks ago, and yet it says, 100 people have clicked on it. Well, then obviously they're just not even looking. But this is absolutely unreal. Obviously, costs are up. I'm in Illinois, so we've got tax on tax on tax on tax on tax. So our gas is nearing $4 because we have a new gas tax, and then we have the tax on the gas tax. And how are people supposed to survive? And I'm so tired of hearing like, oh, people are lazy and they don't want to work. Are you kidding me? I know I am not the only one. I see these TikToks all the time. People applying for hundreds of jobs. We're trying. Like, it's not a bunch of lazy people. Are there lazy people out there? Of course there are. But we're being put in with a lot of people that don't want to work when we're trying. I've seen people on LinkedIn who have applied for more than 1,000 jobs, which I'm not far from. But this is absolutely unbelievable. And I have applied, like, look, my bachelor's is in the healthcare field. Would I take something in customer service, or like right now I just kind of do a little bit of side hustling education, like tutoring and stuff? Just give me a job where I can pay the bills and have some benefits. I don't think that's too much to ask for.